Hi, treasures. Please like and subscribe. It helps us a lot.
Male-bodied people, or like she'll be like, males don't belong in women's prisons.
I don't think men and women prisons should be mixed either. I really don't.
If somebody tries to use, if an organization tries to use trans-inclusive language, then she'll complain about that. Like, I remember a few years back, I don't remember who it was, but some organization used the phrase, people with uteruses. I think that was the phrase. So some organization used the phrase people with uteruses. And she was like, oh, I thought there used to be a word for that. And it's like, okay, but like people with uteruses includes trans men and maybe non-binary people. It's trying to be inclusive of trans men and non-binary people. That's what it's trying. Like that's what that language is for. But she, gets pissed off about that. She pushes conspiracy theories about like the idea that trans men are women who were tricked into hating themselves by patriarchy. Hey, very good. She's fine. So she really pushes that idea that a lot of trans men are actually just self-hating women. She pushes the idea that a lot of trans women are predators. She really loves. Thanks, Need. She really loves the idea that trans women deserve to be treated as potential predators. That's a big thing for her. Is that, I'm not saying that all trans women are predators, but she thinks it is reasonable and right to treat every single trans woman as being a potential predator. Also, she wrote an article not long ago where she rejected the idea that trans people deserve a presumption of innocence.
Okay.
Hey, you're right. I don't know what it's like to be preyed on. You know who does? Trans women. There's a whole lot of trans women who do absolutely know what it's like to be preyed upon. And you know what those trans women do? They go out and fight for women's rights. Well, you're just fucking lying, Lake Al. I have said that I would be open to dating a trans woman, even one who hasn't had surgery.
Okay.
Also, no, I don't think that anyone should be forced to be with anyone.
Well, that's good. I would hope not.
The argument I have made in the past is that refusing to date women who are trans on the basis that they are trans does carry a degree of transphobia. I mean, what I would say for trans women in prison.
Yes, what would you say, Peetz? Spit it out.
What I'd say is trans women who are in prison for non-sex related crimes, just put them in the general population. Trans women who are in prison for sex related crimes, yeah, probably keep them away from the general population. But also, if a cis woman is in prison for sex-related crimes, yeah, keep her away from the general population as well. You know? Like, because yes, there are cisgender women who do in fact commit sexual assaults. And yeah, I don't think that they should be. I don't think it's probably safe to put them with the women who don't commit sexual assaults. Keep sexual criminals, and same in men's prison, just in general. People convicted of sex-related crimes, probably don't, just in general, don't put them in with general prison populations. In cis just means identifying as the gender you were assigned at birth. So,
well, at birth, I think we all know for female or male, for our gentles.
Yeah, like, one thing is, like, TERFs will make a big deal about it. And here's the thing. Yes, it does. It says, yes, it does, produce. It absolutely says. So it says by a woman. Yes, you are. But here's another thing. TERFs do not actually give a wet hot shit about the safety of women in prison. They don't. They genuinely don't. They don't care. They actually don't, like, it doesn't actually matter to them. They do not actually care about that at all. It is completely and totally irrelevant to them. They just hate trans people. If they actually cared about the safety of women in prison, they would be campaigning. No, it is not a made-up word. It is a real word used in science.
This whole topic just confuses me. Period.
About the safety of women in prison, what they would be doing they would be actually campaigning for prison reforms. All words are made up words. Sure. They don't the vast majority of sexual assaults in prisons, including women's prisons, are by the staff. But you don't see the TERFs talking about that. You don't see them addressing, like, the overwhelming majority of prison sexual assaults. Because they don't care. They don't basically abolish prisons and create a new system that is designed more for containing and rehabilitating other people. A lot of bullying among staff and stress from being in a building. I mean, depends on how you define monsters. Kermit. Well, no. I was gonna bring up that one prison experiment, that one university prison experiment, but as I recall, that one was actually sort of a little bit misleading in how it was done. Do you think teachers need a pay rise? Absolutely. How it was done. Do you think teachers need a pay rise? Absolutely.
Agreed. Teachers need a raise.
So yeah, so that's my point. Like, TERFs, if they gave a shit about women being sexually assaulted in prison, then they would be doing something to address the source of those assaults, but they don't. They never, ever, ever, ever talk about where the assaults are coming from. Never. What do I think of teachers who refuse to teach LGBT issues due to religious views? I think they're pretty shitty. AM. So yeah, it's like you'll never see a TERF actually argue about prison reform or prison abolition or anything like that. You'll never see them argue about the need to address the staff assaulting people. Never happens. Because they don't actually care.
You've told us that several times.
They genuinely don't give a shit.
You know what gets me?
They do not give one single wet hot shit.
Is all these people that's willing to let their children get sexual changes. And they're kids. They don't know.
Sexual assaults in women's prisons.
Really?
They just hate trans people. If they gave a shit about sexual assault in prisons, they would do something to address the source, the real source of those assaults. But they don't want to do that. They don't care. Teacher I know refused to teach a maths question because the two men in question were... What a fucking idiot that teacher is. Like, who cares? The kids don't give a shit. I think there might be a couple of Nordic countries that have pretty good prison systems. Kids talk about their lives and all class subjects. So, yep. Kids have gay parents. Yep. Is it Finland where it's not actually illegal to escape prison? I think it's Finland. It's not actually illegal to escape from prison.
Oh, geez. Okay, guys, I've heard enough.
You break out of school, you break out of prison, and obviously they're going to make every attempt to catch you and put you back.
I love you, treasures.
They're not going to add more time to your sentence.
And remember, you're all beautiful.